Happy Friday morning to everyone out there across the Wobbles community and the surrounding vicinity as well. Leonard Hampton here with you, bringing you your latest weather forecast, courtesy of On Target. We got a cold front that's arriving here out of the north early this morning. As this cold front pushes through, we will have a bit more cloud cover that's going to become apparent across the region. This is going to slide down. It's not a major front with a huge differentiation in the air mass. This will be a nice little reinforcing jolt of bringing that northerly wind component in here to last throughout the longevity of the Labor Day weekend. We can back this out. You can take a look up here to our north. High pressure over the Great Lakes is going to be diving down to the south. That's what's going to help reinforce that northerly flow that we're going to continue to have across the region. Let's get a look across the region, shall we? D93 Skycam, downtown Bowling Green. Beautiful view from that direction. Not a cloud in the sky early this morning, but as that cold front approaches, that is all expected to change out there. We can get a gander up in Brownsville with the Reed Dossier Skycam. You can see a fog bank back there in the distance along the Green River. We do have a few fog-prone locations dealing with a little bit of dense fog this morning, worth taking a note of before you head out on the morning commute, but it should not be a major concern. Temperatures, dew points a little bit higher than what they have been. We've been sitting right around the mid and upper 40s at this time over the past few days. We have bumped temperatures right up to around the mid-50s, and we're going to reflect that as we work into this afternoon, as we're expected to bump highs right around the mid to perhaps even the upper 80s. Going to be a little bit warmer than what we've been spoiled with throughout the vast majority of this week. All right, so let's jump over here and we can break down exactly what's going to be unfolding. And here's a look at our surface map and how things are going to be unfolding by around lunchtime today. We have the cold front that's coming through here. It is moisture deprived, but there might be just enough moisture to squeeze out a few isolated random pop-up showers as we work throughout this afternoon. As previously mentioned, it's not going to be a drastic change in the air mass out there, but the passing of a cool front that'll be washing out right across the Tennessee Valley should be enough to keep conditions rather comfortable for both Saturday and Sunday, but we'll break it down here in just a moment. We'll have an uptick in rain chances as we roll throughout Labor Day and then on into the early and middle part of next week. Short-term model guidance giving you the breakdown throughout today. You will note as we work throughout the day, a little bit more cloud cover will become present. And then as we work into this afternoon, a few of those agitated cumulus clouds could blossom up a few of these isolated random pop-up stray showers. Don't expect to see any storms. You might catch a stray rumble of thunder, but that's going to sink down to the south along with the front, dissipating with the loss of daytime heating. And we should be set up for a very dry weekend throughout both our Saturday and Sunday. With that being said, even though the cold front's going to be passing, it's going to be a bit more warmer out there in the great outdoors. Look at these readings this afternoon. We'll be creeping to the upper 80s. I don't think we're going to, folks, but if we were to warm a degree or two above what guidance is showcasing, we may very well touch the 90-degree mark. Much of the same can be expected throughout our Saturday and Sunday. We'll take highs back to the mid and upper 80s, but the good news is dew points should remain down to the 50s, staying rather comfortable throughout this time frame. All right, now let's jump back here and let's give you the breakdown on what's going to unfold as we roll into our Labor Day. Here we are getting into our Monday. You will note high pressure will be set up over here, and this is going to create a CAT event. All right, clockwise flow here. This is referred to as a CAT event. That is abbreviation for a cold air damming event. That's whenever this area of high pressure shoves all of this air out of the north and east down here, and it creates this damming effect right along the bridge of the Appalachian Mountains that can really create some colder temperatures here across Virginia and down into the Carolinas. Well, landing, why is that important for us? Because whenever the CAT event unfolds over here, that is going to be drop-kicking moisture up out of the south, and that is going to result in isolated to widely scattered showers and a few rumbles of thunder as we work throughout our Labor Day. In particular, as you can see here during Labor Day afternoon and evening, that reflectivity is riding right along either side of the Kentucky-Tennessee state line. So there's an opportunity all of us stay dry, but I do think a few pop-up showers and storms will be warranted given this setup. We'll see much of the same on Tuesday with a bit better moisture return with higher rain chances here. Some more rumbles of thunder with this area of low pressure tracking in here out of the west. And then we're going to have kind of this phasing, all right? We got two separate areas of low pressure. We got the low up here in Canada. We got the one driving down here across the Gulf Coast that's going to be pitching all this moisture up into our vicinity. And this is going to be coinciding and running into an approaching cold front driving in, tailing off of this low pressure system as we work into our Wednesday and Thursday of next week. This is not only going to result in what appears to be more widespread, could be significant rain chances across the region. We can use all that we can get with the latest updated drought monitor that we will get to here in just a moment. Another impactful scenario that's going to come off of this is the passing of the cold front is going to allow for this deep trough to dig in here out of the north and west. And that's going to be bringing a reassuring shot of much colder air back into the region. Another fresh taste of fall coming in here, folks, as we roll into the latter part of next week, roughly a week from today on into next weekend as well. And we're going to showcase this. This is what we're looking at in regards to a week from today in the surface. But take a look at 18 to 20,000 feet up above our head. What this cold front is going to usher down is a drastically colder air mass up here in Canada. And this trough is going to dive and carve down right through the Great Lakes and the lower Ohio Valley here. And that is going to be bringing us a much colder feel to the air, going to be dropping our dew points as well. So the good news is it looks like any significant heat and humidity might be out of here for the year. That remains to be seen. We are in Kentucky and we know what the weather can do around here. But you can see the pattern set up behind that. We kind of get a little bit of a ridge that tries to build in here, but kind of a meandering zonal flow west to eastward with some cooler temperatures lingering. So it's not all bad news in the long term. As a matter of fact, the climate prediction outlook over the course of the next 6 to 10 day period continuing to advertise well below average temperatures for us for this time of year. Now, jumping back over here and talking about sensible weather impact that we do need to start paying a bit more attention to, and that is our rainfall forecast. Rain totals continue to be upped with the those two low pressure systems next week. Keep your fingers crossed this comes to fruition and we receive the ½ inch to just over an inch of total rainfall that's expected over the course of the next week. And here's why. The latest drought monitor was released early yesterday morning. You can see the vast majority of the Commonwealth, including the entirety of the Wobbles community, is in an abnormally dry state. We do have moderate drought conditions that's starting to spread out across far southwest Kentucky, just east of the Wobbles community, and up into northeast Kentucky as well. Folks, we need some rain, and we can use it quickly. So hopefully we get that active pattern in here next week that'll at least bring us, if nothing else, some much-needed rainfall across the region. Your full 6-day weather forecast, dry for the most part today, sunny this morning, a few more clouds becoming agitated this afternoon. You might run into a few stray showers as well, highs in the mid and upper 80s. Saturday and Sunday, we should dry out. It should remain comfortable with a northeasterly wind component, keeping humidity at bay. On Labor Day, we'll introduce those pop-up shower and storm chances yet again, with those chances for showers and storms increasing throughout the midweek time frame, when both of those low-pressure systems look to impact the region. Friends, that is going to wrap up your Friday morning weather or not forecast, presented by none other than On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a blessed, long,